Have you experienced the awesome power of the Panasonic Real 3DO system? Obviously.
Presenting 3DO, the most advanced home gaming system in the universe. It's time to put away your toys.
3DO from Panasonic, Gold Star, and Creative Labs. A new low price and free games.
Mind-blowing graphics of Panasonic Real 3DO.
3DO.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the 3DO Experience, the 3DO Retrospective Podcast, where we talk about all things 3DO, the company, the console, and everything in between. I am Bill, and this is Thrak. How you doing, Thrak?
Well, Bill, I am filled with a renewed sense of optimism and hopium because my Vikings, after getting shut out by the Seahawks, shut out the Commanders. I know it doesn't say much, but it was like, hey, it definitely made me feel better about how horrific this season has been. But how are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Getting through the end of December, end of the year. I can't believe 2025 is almost over.
Yeah, weird year for me. Weird.
Yeah, it's been a very up and down year. Formula One ended, so now I officially no longer care about sports until February.
But your Patriots are good, man. They're 11-2. They're kicking ass.
I've never been a big Patriots supporter, to be fair. But
oh, come on. Even if you were a bandwagon guy, I'd be like, well, you're in the area, so I'll give you a pass.
I mean, it's very hard, especially because New Englanders are the most fair weather fucking fans you'll ever see. And we've been through many a phase up in good old New England, especially where for a good while there we were the most hated people in football. We still kind of are to some people. Like some people won't let that go.
Yeah.
And as someone
are the Celtics any good? I have no idea.
I think they won last year.
Well, I know they didn't win the final last year.
Or maybe it was the year before.
That was the Thunder.
They won something recently. I mean, they have a lot of.
Are the Bruins shit?
They're like depends on the year sometimes. Like there was a good long period where they hadn't won anything. Like in New England sports, there was a very long period of time where like the only team that did anything was the Celtics. Because if you ever go to the Garden, there's just a shit ton of Celtics banners up there. And a few Bruins. And then the Red Sox broke through and started winning again. The Patriots, yeah, everyone knows. It's been all over the place for a while there. I don't know if we have a soccer team. I don't really care about soccer. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, but, I don't follow the soccer stuff. I know there's a football club in like Cincinnati, but that's about as much as I know. But I don't really keep up. It's never been my sport. It's a sport I'd like to go to, like actually go there and just feel the vibe of the crowd and everything and be in that environment. But I don't really care about what's happening on the field. It's just I've tried. It just doesn't do it for me. So, and look up the Celtics are 15-9, so they're third in the Eastern Conference. So There you go. Not too bad.
I know that they were something back in the day, and I guess they're still.
Well, yeah, when you had Larry Bird, pretty good then, you know.
I always kind of
Timberwolves are 15-9. Let's go.
I always kind of vaguely watch like stick and ball sports. I'm not a follower by any means. I'm more of I like to watch cars go vroom.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I mean McLaren in F1, they finally got the double, so that was good. They tried to throw it away multiple times this year, but that was nice.
The Bruins are 17-13, so they are third in the Atlantic Division. So There we go. Yeah.
And the Patriots are relevant again. So.
Yeah, they're, I think in the playoff picture, they're the second seed. Yeah, I think the Broncos are the first seed. Yeah, the Patriots didn't play this week. They had a bye week, so.
Yeah.
So. Which, I mean, hey, fair enough for them. But as I've been saying with, like, you know, Drake May and everything, that we need to see how they do in the postseason before, because, you know, everyone's like, oh, the Patriots are back, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, I mean, they've been playing really well in the regular season. You got to give them that. But we can't know how good they will be until they like win a playoff game. You know what I mean? They have to make some noise in the playoffs, because the Patriots have had one of the easiest schedules in the entire league. Like the teams they've played, most of them don't have winning records. Some of them have squeakingly had one. The two teams they lost to they lost to the Raiders in week 1, which I think was a fluke. And then they lost to the Steelers in week 3, which if they didn't fumble the ball like 3 times, they probably actually would have won that game. So who knows? But they play the Bills the second time Sunday. So it'll be interesting to see because the Bills have gotten better. They've been struggling a bit this year, but I think they're getting a little better.
That'll be interesting. The only other sporting related thing that I'm like really following right now is I've been following NASCAR.
The fuck is NASCAR?
NASCAR is being sued right now by by Michael Jordan, and it is the most fascinating fucking court case I've ever seen because it is just dumb as shit. And
what is he suing him about?
Well, it's the team that he co-owns, and then one of the other teams, they're suing them for unfair business practices because NASCAR has been determined to be a monopoly, and it is one huge thing going on, and I've been following it daily just because it is the funniest person in this entire case is the judge because he is so fucking done just with their bullshit.
Like NASCAR or Jordan?
Both.
Okay.
He's been urging them to settle since this thing started. And he's like, this is going to end badly for both of you. If you should just settle and get this over with. But they are determined to run each other into the ground. And it is hilarious to watch.
Well, you got to keep me up with that because I got to know.
Yeah, it was supposed to be a 2-week trial. They're on to week 2. And like, they haven't even got to like they're still doing the plaintiffs witnesses right now. They haven't even got to the defense yet. Like, it is ridiculous. The judge is fed up. Like they already broke the rules like day 1 and it almost got put in contempt of court. It was great.
Wow. Well, that'll be interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, NASCAR.
Yeah. Jordan is such a weird guy when you think about it. Like how bitter and unhappy he is or seems to be. You know, when it's like, dude, you were like the greatest ever. And it just feels like every time we see him, like in like a documentary or something, he's just full of this like bitterness and just like just not happy with anything.
Honestly,
that's really weird.
The happiest I think we've seen him in a long time is whenever he's at the racetrack.
Yeah,
like
I would agree with that. I think he fucking loves that shit.
Well, he's been a NASCAR fan for a long time. Like that is something that a lot of people don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
But like, I still think one of the greatest moments is when Tyler Reddick won that race at Talladega. Jordan was there. I think it was the first race the team won that Jordan was actually there for. He's like running up. He's out there fucking. Tyler Reddick's a little guy. Like he's not a huge. Like,
oh yeah. I've seen him. He's a tiny boy.
But Jordan's got Reddick's son like up in his arms, and he's like running out to Reddick out in the car. It's the funniest thing. But it was
That's
like
awesome.
It's like the happiest I've ever seen the guy.
Yeah, happiest in Space Jam.
God. Which is ironic because there almost was a sequel to that called Race Jam, which was going to be a racing themed film starring Jeff Gordon.
Oh, I feel like that would have been better than the Space Jam 2 we actually got.
Well, Race Jam ended up becoming Looney Tunes Back in Action. That's why Jeff Gordon has that like 5-second cameo in that movie for no reason.
Oh, I forgot he had a cameo in that. I haven't seen that movie in a very, very long time. And it's going to stay that way. I have no desire to ever see it again.
It's not a good film.
It is
very
not.
Dumb.
Yes, very dumb. But speaking of very dumb, let's get into the news for this week. There are a little bit of stuff. Let's see. So that weird statue we talked about at the Game Awards, right? Apparently, it is a new game from Larian Studios, the Baldur's Gate 3 people.
Oh, okay.
Or at least I don't know if that's necessarily confirmed, but what everybody is suspecting is it is something from Larian, and it's most likely a new game in the Divinity series. Which makes sense. I mean, Baldur's Gate 3 was a huge success, but before that they had the Divinity games, and those seem to do really well also. So it's almost like when FromSoft went back to do Armored Core 6 after they had all those Souls games. They're like, oh, let's bring this IP back that some people will remember, but will have a whole new host of people who probably don't know and gain a new fan base, which is what happened with Armored Core. So, yeah. So, if only I genuinely cared. I can't. I can't for the life of me get myself to care about Baldur's Gate 3. I just can't do it.
It's one of those games I'd like to play. I just don't have the time. I barely have enough time to play games I want to play.
Yeah.
As it is.
Yeah. Like a lot of my gaming is driven just by impulse, and it's hard to impulsively play a game like that. You know, where I can play a game about digging a fucking hole and just knock that out in a couple hours and be fine. Right. Like that's one thing, but I don't know, just one of those. It's harder for me. But anyways, cool for them. So something I might actually play is I probably mentioned before that Black Flag remake that's been talking about. Well, apparently the PEGI site, which is the European ratings board, brought up a new listing for a game called Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. And it's getting
subtitle choice.
I mean, with the syncing and everything, Assassin's Creed, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just funny to me.
Yeah, Resynced is funny. But yeah, it shows up on the PEGI site. It's rated and everything. So I wouldn't be shocked if at the Game Awards on Thursday, if that gets properly announced. I feel like it's kind of leading up to that. So, I would play Black Flag again. I would. I'll play a remake of that. Why not?
I mean, it's arguably the best Assassin's Creed, depending on who you ask.
Yeah, it's my favorite when it comes to just doing the other shit. Like if we're talking like a core Assassin's Creed experience, you'd be better off with any game in the Ezio trilogy.
Oh yeah.
You know? But if you're curious to all of the outside wacky shit, Black Flag's the way to go. But I will always defend Syndicate. I have a real soft spot in my heart for Assassin's Creed Syndicate. But speaking of weird random things, apparently a Skyrim got another fucking port.
Yeah. Cool. You can play it on Switch too.
I mean, to be fair, I think you already could, but it's basically the anniversary edition of Skyrim, just dropping on Switch. Now, if I recall, the anniversary edition is the exact same as like the special edition, but it has mod support. Is that right?
I think.
Okay.
You know what's funny?
Because it's like the second quote unquote remaster of Skyrim. But because there's the regular version, the special edition, and then the anniversary edition. And if I'm correct, I think it's special edition was like the proper like next gen remaster. And then the anniversary edition kind of built on top of that, but all it does is add in some like specific mods to it, kind of a thing. I believe that's correct.
I bought Skyrim for the original Switch like a couple of years back. I still have yet to fucking play it. I probably should.
I mean, it sits on Game Pass, not the anniversary edition, but the special edition. So I've downloaded it like 2 times going, I should probably play that, and I never do.
I should be a trendsetter and actually follow the plot. You know, the thing nobody does in Skyrim.
Yeah. Well, Oblivion's there for that, so one of these days I'll sit down and give it another try. Because I tried it quite a few years ago, put like 9 hours in it, and I was like, I don't know about this, but I'm willing to give it a try now that I feel like I'm more open to RPGs. So
then it's not as popular as it once was, so you don't have to deal with all the frickin'
Skyrim's still fairly popular.
Yeah, but it's not like it was when it came out and everyone wouldn't shut up about it. Like that. One of my reasons
that was real huge back in the day. But back in 2011, I was not an RPG person at all, so I didn't care.
Fair. I just got like tired of like the obsession people had with it to the point where it made me kind of just uninterested in playing it.
Fair. Well, I did go back and try Oblivion. I thought Oblivion was neat, but then my Xbox red ringed before I could like dive into it. So
yeah, I tried playing Oblivion on PS3 and that was a mistake.
Yeah, big mistake. Speaking of not a mistake, Capcom recently had they were just talking about like they had like a corporate report released, and they noted in there specifically Let's see. Capcom owes a wealth of globally popular brands such as Mega Man, Devil May Cry, and Ace Attorney. We aim to expand our user base and improve our performances through new releases, remakes, and ports of titles in these series to new hardware. By enhancing brand power and cultivating loyal fan bases, we will continue to grow these into core IPs. So basically what they're saying is they're like, yes, we hear you bitching about Mega Man, DMC, and Ace Attorney. We do have plans. Now, if we can go series by series, Devil May Cry, I feel like DM6 is inevitable. Like
yeah,
I'm honestly surprised. Sold really well. It reviewed well. I'm surprised it hasn't happened either.
Yeah, my guess is the anime series coming out.
My guess is they're probably just trying to fit it in, because I don't know how the dev situation in Capcom works, how many specific teams they have. But they've probably just been trying to find like the right time to throw in a do DMC6. And they probably just don't want to like overdo that franchise. Like it's like just every few years, here's a new one. And it's like, I think that's fine. So was never worried about DMC. I think it was like a year or two ago. I was like, oh, I think it's going to get announced here. And it never did. I think it was Requiem got announced instead. So
I'm just surprised it's taken that long, honestly.
Again, maybe they just were focused on doing other things.
Oh, so, probably.
Yeah, it's fine. Ace Attorney, I feel like all of these, now that the entire Ace Attorney like series, the entire thing is available to play on like everything.
Aside from the crossover, yeah.
Yeah. Though apparently I heard that they might be working on that actually.
Well, because that one's probably the problem with that one is it's a licensing thing because they have to also get
it's level 5.
Level 5.
Yeah.
I don't see why level 5 would hold it back.
Though I think I saw something today. I don't know how true it is that Capcom is like trying to get into talks with level 5 about doing something, or maybe level 5 is approaching them saying, hey, we're thinking of re-releasing all the latent titles. Can we figure out Ace Attorney? Again, it could be total bullshit, but I would buy the latent games again. I'm a sucker.
Yeah.
But I feel like with all of the releases of Ace Attorney that they've gained probably a wealth of new fans who want a new entry in the series.
I mean, they've given us the 3 games that all the fans wanted that they claimed they couldn't give us. Like, they gave us the 2 great Ace Attorney games, even though they claimed localization would be hard because people won't understand Japan. And it's like, no one cares. We release them anyways.
I mean, localization is hard, but it's gotten so much easier over the years.
I mean, this is the franchise that gave us Japanifornia, so I think they could make it work.
That's true. But what would be the next numbers? It's 7?
7.
Okay.
7 or... So there's 3 possibilities. Do they do 7, which people want? I'm not really sure where they'd go further with it.
I haven't played any of them, so I can't say. I played a couple of hours of the first one because of that trilogy re-release, which I intend to play through that one of these days properly. And the little bit I played of one I really liked. So
6 ends off kind of tying off a lot of ends, but there's easily more they could do with it. So there's always potential.
If I've learned anything from Japanese storytelling, there's always a way to keep the plot moving. Doesn't matter.
I mean, if you look into what happened with the 4th game, you can tell that they completely changed the scope of the series with one move. But
I'm not surprised. They're like, yeah, we should just do another Ace Attorney. People keep yelling at us to do it. But then we go back to we'll cap off with Mega Man, and it's like it feels like every year they always say like, oh, we're committed to Mega Man, we're doing stuff with Mega Man, don't worry about it, dog. You know, they say that for years, and then they've been doing all these collections. Like we have Star Force coming next year. I think it's fucking hilarious we got Star Force before Legends, because I think that's what people want.
Legends, I swear to God.
I don't know if it's necessarily fear. It could be that because they're 3D games that doing an emulated collection of that is going to be more difficult than just like a 2D one. But maybe there is a teeny bit of fear because if they do a Legends collection, they know every single person is going to ask them, what happened with Legends 3? And I don't think they want to answer that question, much in the way of Valve was with Half-Life 3 for many years, where they just refused to answer the question, you know? So it could be they don't want to talk about Legends 3, and that's why they don't bother. But if they're still doing Mega Man stuff, that's really all that's left, unless they do like they put like soccer, Mega Man and bass, and all this like the random shit in just like a leftovers collection.
Power battles, battle and chase.
I mean, we could get like those like network transmission, command, like those weird RPGs on GameCube.
Oh, command is so jank.
I know, but like they could do those, but I don't think they'll bother. Because I feel like people will just say, just give us Legends, you cowards.
The funniest thing about Command is that's technically the Breath of Fire team, I believe, made the.
Yeah, that sounds right. So, but does this just lead to them just doing Mega Man 12? Probably, but that feels like the vanilla result where it's like it'd be fine, but I don't know how many people would genuinely be that excited for it. It would just be like, oh, okay.
They're not going to do it, but more people would probably be excited for an X9.
Yeah.
Happening.
Yeah, I think they kind of killed the X series back in the PS2 days and have no interest in bringing it back. I mean, it should have ended with X5, but we don't need to go there.
Yeah.
We don't need to go there, but
blame Duff McWhalen.
Yeah. Yeah, sure. So yeah, we'll see what again. So yeah, DMC 6 most likely going to happen. Ace Attorney 7 probably. I don't know what else they would do because
I do Great Ace Attorney 3.
Sure, and then Mega Man. I think Legends Collection is what people want. As far as like a new game goes, I don't fucking know. I have no idea. Maybe they'll just do 12 and that'll be that. So let's see. Apparently, well, this is just something I think is interesting. The future of Tomb Raider will be revealed at the Game Awards, apparently.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I'm interested in it. I do like the Tomb Raider series. And they did announce that they were working on a new game in the series quite a few years ago. I believe it's being published by Amazon. That sounds right. And it's going to be some weird game that like takes all the various timelines and shoves them together or something. Again, I don't know, but I'm curious to see what they do because I want to play through more of the Tomb Raider games. We talked about it off podcast. I want to get back into them. So yeah, we'll see what they do. So Bill, do you remember Postal?
I do. I remember Postal. I remember Postal 2. Postal 3 never happened, and Postal 4.
Yeah. So apparently, the studio that was working on the next Postal game got shut down after the project. That's the publisher. The developer of this game was a different name. I'll say it in a second. Yeah, it said the project was canceled by the publisher following accusations the studio was using generative AI. So I guess there's an announced trailer for a game called Postal Bullet Paradise, developed by Goon Swarm Games.
What a name.
And then a lot of people saw that trailer and said, hey, you're using AI. And then Running with Scissors initially denied the claim, with the co-owner telling people that they're just ignorant assholes. Great response to that. I mean, that feels like a Running with Scissors answer, you know, be like, they're not using AI. They're not that fucking stupid. And then they looked into it and everyone's like, oh, it actually is. Even one of the community managers called somebody on Discord a R word for thinking that they used AI. Oh boy, they. So, but apparently they found out that they actually did, so they had to pull the game. So I just thought that was interesting. And just taking a glance at the trailer, just kind of scrolling through it, it's not obvious, but there are bits in there that look kind of AI-y, you know? I feel like we're at a point right now where it's like you can kind of tell when something has like AI in it. And seeing this, it's like, because the gameplay, it looks like, it reminds me a little bit of Serious Sam. You know, like it's trying to go for like that weird like 3D boomer shooter type deal, which probably would have been fine, but you know, the fact they're trying to use AI in it isn't a good look. So
I'll just stick to Postal 4. Yeah, apparently Running with Scissors is remaking too, so that's kind of cool.
I don't think I've ever played a Postal game.
Postal 2 is a really cool game.
That's the one with Gary Coleman in it, right?
I believe so. Yeah, because it was Postal 2 was like the big one, and then some Russian studio made 3, and 3 was abysmally bad.
Yeah, because Postal 3 was the console one, right?
It was only on PC.
Well, because I remember, they announced ports for PS3 and 360 at the time. And it was going to be
Running
more
with
like a
Scissors
third-person game.
Running with Scissors refuses to acknowledge it. They publicly apologized for it, and the only reason they couldn't take it down is they technically didn't own the rights to it.
Yeah.
And then they actually made so for context, the Postal 2's like last expansion was 04. They made a brand new expansion of Postal 2 in 2015, which was basically just a retcon 3 out of existence.
Wow.
It's amazing.
And apparently they did a remake of Postal 1.
Postal Redux.
I mean,
it was on Switch.
Are these games even worth it? Because I feel
like
they're very much of their time.
Postal 2, I mean, if you can get past the really dated humor, is a really fun first-person shooter wacky thing.
I'll be curious to the Redux version, because that's coming to everything eventually. So,
Postal's a game that you play and you go, yeah, this is definitely a period piece of its time, and then you just kind of, once you get past that, it's just stupid fun. That's kind of
that's fair. That's fair. Who knows? Maybe all this problem with this Postal game might push them to get the Redux out the door quicker. Because who knows? But speaking of AI, apparently, I did not know this, but there was a AI generated video of a Shenmue 4 trailer that came out over the week, I guess. And it did not go down well. To the point that I think Yu Suzuki is probably going to sue whoever made it. Because I don't blame him, because I'm pretty sure he is working on a Shenmue 4. Like, genuinely,
he didn't finish the story. we need the conclusion of this goddamn story, guys.
I mean, he's right. Yeah. And whenever that enhanced version comes to Xbox, I will be playing it.
You know how butthurt we were that we waited forever for 3 to finish the goddamn story, and then it ended on another fucking cliffhanger. We were like, "Are you fucking kidding me?"
Well, because it was gonna be like a 6-part series or something stupid.
Yeah, I know. It's one of those things. I'm just sitting here going, like, "Come on, man."
Crazy. So, but yeah, they haven't given. They announced the enhanced version back in August, but they haven't given a proper release date for it. Who knows? Maybe they shadow drop it at the Game Awards.
This AI shit is getting ridiculous now. Like,
yeah.
Did you see the Amazon AI dubs that came out?
Oh yeah, we talked about that.
Like, did you see the update that apparently the companies that own the rights to those animes were like, when they found out, they were like, "Excuse me," and like they were very unhappy about that. Amazon kind of quietly took them down. The whole thing is like a fucking mess apparently, but like I think it was literally Amazon being like, "Let's see if we can get away with this." No, okay, we'll pretend that didn't happen. We know no one's going to sue us because who has the balls to sue Amazon?
Yeah, it's a fair point.
I mean, Jeff Bezos has enough fuck you money that he literally has a giant fucking like hedge fence around his property that's so fucking big that it's technically illegal, and he just pays the fine every fucking month that comes in because he can. It's absurd.
Billionaires are a disease and they need to be eradicated. Anyways, speaking of that, we'll end off on the big news that happened over this week, which is Netflix buying up Warner Brothers. So, yes, some things have changed. We'll get into that. but yeah, so the first thing that happened was, I mean, if anybody's been following Warner Brothers, they've been kind of having issues recently with money and nobody giving a shit about their products and fumbling the bag in spectacular ways, like kind of impressively so, right?
Yeah.
To the
But
point
they had a
where
good Superman movie, so that made everything better, right?
I'm sure that helped when it came to them being bought.
It helped DC out.
It helped DC out. Yeah. So, so they took a bunch of bids from companies like Comcast and Paramount, but eventually Netflix acquired them for $82 billion. Now,
and the general consensus was, better than Paramount.
But not much better.
No, it was literally just kind of a case of like, they were like, it's that meme of like, no matter what side we lose either way.
Yeah, because and some people pointing out that was like Netflix, was so bad in money. They're like, you can't share your password anymore because it's losing them money. But now they just have like $80 billion in their pocket they can just give out to buy Warner Brothers. And like, if I'm correct, Netflix has rarely, if ever, turned a profit. Like they don't really make money. But yeah, so I don't know where they get the money from this. Probably loans. Well, and they're like publicly traded, so it's like stock and all that crap.
Well, they raise the price every month.
Oh, and the price is going to jack up when it comes to this. Because there's a lot of talk about like, are they going to keep HBO Max or not? Because I mean, again, like they couldn't leave HBO Max alone. Like it was fine. And then they like rebranded it. There's the whole Discovery crap. It is really bad. Like just really these like really dumb people who don't deserve to have the money that they have because they're really stupid. Why is it like all of the billionaires are just fucking idiots? Like all of them. The only thing they're good at is exploiting smart people. That's all they're good at. So yeah, all this happening, and then as you mentioned, yeah, like Paramount's like trying to go after it and trying to be like, they can't do this because the Paramount Skydance dudes are like big Trump guys. So they're thinking, oh, we can probably get him on our side so that they don't do this deal so they could swoop in and buy it. That's what they're trying to do. And then there's the whole thing of, I don't know if you know this, but CNN owns, Warner Brothers owns CNN. Mm-hmm. And I guess next year, CNN is getting spun off into its own thing, which basically means it's going to be ripe to be bought by anybody. And what's to say the Paramount dudes don't just buy it up and turn that into like a Trump propaganda machine, which is probably what's going to happen. As if CNN wasn't bad enough already, it's somehow going to get worse.
It'll go from one side to the other.
I mean, CNN is not left. Don't get that. Don't even know. They're just.
I don't watch the news, so
they're only on one side, and that is the shit side. They're bad.
I don't watch the news. I only think of CNN from like years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So it's all really bad and disgusting, and consolidation and monopolies, all that stuff. Where it's like, this is what happens when you don't properly regulate capitalism. This is what's happening. Most of us can't afford groceries, but this shit can happen. But getting into the game side of it, because people were like, did they acquire Warner Brothers games? Yes, they did. So they're getting all of that stuff as well. And if we're going to look at it from a gaming perspective, I don't see Netflix really changing anything in that division, because you have NetherRealm doing Mortal Kombat, and that does just fine. Like, I know Mortal Kombat 1 didn't sell as well as 11, but Mortal Kombat always makes money, so it's not really that big of a deal. And then you have Avalanche Studio, which made the Hogwarts Legacy game, which did really well. And I think they're doing something else in, like, Hogwarts stuff or whatever. And then you have Rocksteady, who I believe is making a single-player Arkham game.
Supposedly, yeah.
Yeah, which, I mean, I get why, but I do worry about the future of Rocksteady. And then you have Traveler's Tales, who make all the Lego games, and I'm sure they will be fine. Like, if you think about the gaming division of Warner Brothers, it's not as bad as people would think. I mean, yes, there was the whole thing with Suicide Squad, which didn't work out.
Yeah,
Gotham Knights, which didn't work out. So, but that's more on like the Rocksteady stuff. Where if you look at like Avalanche is fine, NetherRealm isn't going anywhere.
well, I think Gotham Knights was WB Montreal.
Yeah, that was WB Montreal. But I don't see. I mean, they might trim some of that stuff down. I don't know. There's a good chance they'll probably close some studios and fire some people. But I don't think like Traveler's Tales is going anywhere or anything like that. So
no, I mean Traveler's Tales prints money.
Yeah, and they're doing that Lego Batman game next year, which looks fucking sick. So, yeah, just kind of weird stuff, and also I think it coincides with Netflix kind of getting out of games, right? Because they had that whole gaming section on their app and everything, and they were starting to close it down and get rid of all that stuff, and now it's like, oh, they're back in, you know. So, though, from what I've gathered, they probably won't touch that much, if at all.
Yeah, it sounds like the things they'll probably leave alone. They'll leave alone the gaming side. They'll leave alone DC. Let DC do what it's doing.
Yeah, I don't think they have any interest in figuring out what DC does. They'll just kind of let them be. And I've also heard like the movie production side, they're not going to mess with that. Like,
well, James Gunn is under contract until 2027.
Yeah,
to do the DC movies. I know that for a fact.
Yeah. From what I've seen, again, this all could change, is that the production companies, everybody that are making movies for theaters right now, they're not going to get messed with at all. So, I mean, who knows? I mean, this is the same company who thought the Barbie Oppenheimer cultural thing would have been just as successful if it wasn't in theaters and was only on Netflix. And they're wrong. Like, the only reason those movies were as big as they were was because people went and saw them in the theater.
Yeah, because it was just such a funny clash.
Yeah. So I don't know. It none of it looks good. We'll see what they do as far as the gaming side goes. My suspicion is they'll probably consolidate it a little bit, but other than that, they'll probably just leave it be.
Yeah, it's kind of bad that, like, as bad as Netflix is, that they were like the lesser of like the evils, like, coming out of all this, because like
compared to like Comcast and Paramount, sure.
The other big one was Disney, because everyone was like, for the love of God, we don't need that.
Yeah, no shot.
Because we do not need DC and Marvel under the same fucking house. That would just be stupid.
Yeah, because that should fucking just be illegal. But who knows what's legal and illegal now, anyways, under fascism, right? But yeah, that's it on the news. Ending on a sour note, I guess.
I guess to lighten that up a little, we did get some Nintendo music.
Yeah. Oh, I did get a notification from Nintendo about the Virtual Boy stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
So, well, I think as I had said, I was going to try to grab the cheaper one, like the weird cardboard guy.
The cardboard thing, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see if I can grab that. Let's see. Don't tell me it's already gone. Dude. Yeah, I'm trying to grab it. Because I'm worried about scalpers buying these up and charging crazy amounts on eBay. Like, this one is like the $25 one.
Oh, yeah, the cardboard thing, that's cool. The fucking, like, the plastic one that looks like a Virtual Boy, that is, like, really cute, but I'm not paying $100 for that.
Yeah. Fuck, it's not letting me do it. Maybe I won't do it on mobile. Maybe I'll do it on desktop. But yeah, Nintendo Music. What do we have here?
Well, apparently we have Switch 2 as a thing now, because apparently they just are including like the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Mario Party Jamboree stuff as Switch 2 versions as well, if there's a difference.
There probably isn't. If I hazard to take a guess.
But yeah, that's there. But yeah, there was one new edition if you can find it.
Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Did I actually get it? Oh, fuck. Did I not get it? I'm going to be pissed. Fuck, I don't think I got it. God damn it. Because I was trying to enter all of my information. It was giving me error messages, and now I'm here, and that's like grayed out. I'm like, it's already gone, isn't it? It's already fucking gone. Well, I guess I will never know. But yeah, I saw the game is Yoshi's Crafted World.
Yep.
Sure.
I liked Woolly World more, and that's not here.
I like Yoshi's Island more.
I mean, that's out of all the Yoshi sequels, I think Woolly World was the best one. But
I've never actually played it, so I can't say.
It's a pretty game. It's about
Woolly World is a game I thought would have been like a shoe-in for like actually getting a Switch port.
No, they just made Crafted World instead and just figured that's fine.
Yeah, so the one time people wanted a port, they didn't get it.
Interestingly, too, there's like that special release section that like is for music, but they're not listed in the library yet. They added some select songs from Prime 4.
Yeah, why not?
So that's cool.
Though I'm hearing surprisingly mixed things on Prime 4.
Yeah.
The feeling I'm getting on what people are saying about Prime 4 is that people are like, oh, I like it and it's great, but, and then they list a bunch of things, which says to me, it's like they don't want to admit that this game that they waited almost 10 years for might not have been worth the wait. Shocker. Has any game taken that long and actually been worth it?
No.
I can't think of any. And I'll play Prime 4 one of these days. Again, I'm going to wait till I get a Switch 2 because I'm fine for right now.
See, people should have been worried when they heard the fact that they fired the original team and brought back the retro. Like that should have been a red flag immediately that this game is probably going to be
that like retro came in and just redid the whole thing.
Yeah, because apparently the Bandai Namco version was horrendous.
See, I would love, and I hope one of these days we actually get to see that version of the game.
Like whatever the hell they
like
came
what
up with.
Like what did Nintendo, because Nintendo is also working on it as well, what the hell they thought a first-person shooter should be. Because they've never made one themselves.
Nope. Still waiting for my Mario first-person shooter, damn it.
That'd be
I
nice.
would play that.
That would be great. So yeah, but again, it's the feeling I'm getting because I think it's Metacritic's like at an 80, 81, and it's like that's lower than I expected. I thought it'd be like an 85 at the bare minimum. That's
lower, but that's still.
It's not bad, and again, it's not like I'm trying to say the game is like bad or whatever, but it just feels like people are throwing in caveats for this game because they waited so long, and also I think because Nintendo, and people don't want to criticize Nintendo because it looks bad. Again, just a feeling I have. So it's one of those things, I mean, the game could be good. Sure.
I mean, it's probably a fine game.
Yeah. But when you add in all of the caveats of how long people had to wait for it, I think that makes, like, if this game was announced like 2 years ago and came out now, I don't think people would have those issues with it. They wouldn't be as bad. You know what I mean?
I was curious what Prime 3 got, and I didn't realize Prime 3 had like a 90 out of 100 on Metacritic.
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
The other three got 90s. Like all of them.
I'm actually surprised because
I'm not shocked. Yeah, they were great.
For some reason, I thought, I mean, Prime 3 is a great game. I just, for some reason, thought it was lower because people were not a fan of the Wii waggle shit.
Well, a game like Prime 3 or a game like a lot of like shooters thrived on the Wii because of the Wii motion aiming.
See, I think more of like there is a lot of sections in Prime 3 where it's like rip the panel off the wall, do it again.
Yeah, sure. But I think like the core like shooting or elements or whatever, I think people liked that.
Oh yeah, that was fine. Like it was more like the weird because there was an era of the Wii where like they were trying to like incorporate motion into everything, and the results were hilarious at times. Yeah.
So again, when I eventually sit down and play Prime 4, I'll let you all know. But it's just it's not like the glorious return to the Prime series like I think some people thought it would be. That's just That's just my perspective on the outside looking in. But who knows? Well, when I heard it's structured more like a Zelda game, that didn't excite me at all.
So like Prime 2?
Yeah, they're trying to say like, oh, it's more like Ocarina of Time, and I'm like, that's not what I play a fucking Metroid game for.
I think isn't that the reason why people dislike Prime 2? Like compared to the first one?
I guess.
Because I thought a lot of people always like because Prime 2 is like the polarizing one, because a lot of people are like it's weirdly Zelda-like, and I'm like, oh.
Yeah, and it's like people play Metroid for Metroid, not for Zelda. It's not like we're short of fucking Zelda. So I don't know. Maybe it was just a case of like Retro was given like a barely like a dying fetus, and we're like, just try to make something out of it, and they did the best with what they could have.
Also, people forget too, a lot of the people at Retro that made the original Prime series, they're long gone at this point.
Oh yeah, long gone. It's a very different team. Like those people have more experience making Donkey Kong
and Mario Kart tracks apparently. So
yeah. So it's just one of those things. But yeah, that's all the news.
Yep.
So why don't we get into our game for this week, huh?
Oh boy, is it a game?
Yeah, dude, I love the Power Rangers.
Yes. All 50 of them, whatever how many there are. Actually, no, they're canceled. They canceled Power Rangers.
Why? Because of woke stuff, or like there's nobody cares anymore?
No, they just Hasbro got bored of it, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. I think most people fell off by like the end of the 90s.
Probably. I mean, it was still going up until like a couple of years ago, surprisingly.
I mean, I believe it, but
I mean, they canceled
a huge fan base or anything.
They canceled Super Sentai, the Japanese version, recently, which is even crazier.
But it lives on in this 3DO gem called Immercenary, a 1995 role-playing first-person shooter game developed by 5 Miles Out, one of my favorite Mike Oldfield albums, and published by EA, exclusively for the 3DO.
Yes, and I was curious what 5 Miles Out worked on besides this game, and then I found out immediately this is the only thing they made.
Start and end on a banger, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's something.
I wanted to like it more than I do.
I liked the effort. I like the effort. There is some.
That is such a teacher thing. You get an A for effort.
I mean, it's interesting. Like, this is one of the most interesting 3DO games I think I've played so far. Like, from a concept, like it's kind of like fascinating.
Yeah. Like when you think of 3DO exclusives, this is kind of like a good example of that.
Yeah,
a game that like wouldn't really exist on anything else. Like, sure, it could have been a PlayStation game, but it's like, who fucking cares at that point, right?
This game reminded me a lot of like. So I had two parallels I thought of with this game for whatever reason. I thought of LSD Dream Emulator a little bit.
A teeny bit.
Because the world is very surreal, like the game world, perfect as they call it.
Yeah, perfect one.
It's perfect. Okay, all right. I also got like parallels to a indie game called like No Players Online.
Okay, I've heard of that game, but I don't know anything about it.
So the concept of that game is like it's a horror game, like it, but the concept of it is like it's like an MMO that like nobody's playing anymore, so you're just kind of wandering around this eerie empty field. Which
that reminds me, there was like a game that was like that, but it's a 90s first person shooter. And it's like capture the flag, and you're just running back and forth by yourself, but occasionally you'll see like a weird, creepy thing that's like the spirit of the dev or whatever in the fucking game.
That sounds like No Players Online, to be honest.
Okay, that might be what I'm thinking.
That might be what it is.
Yeah.
Because then it becomes like super surreal, and there's like VHS tapes that pop up on your screen.
Yeah. I think Game Grumps played it, and that's how I know
they did. And Nitro Rad did a really good review on it.
Yeah, because I think Aaron used it to try to like get Dan, But Dan's like, nah, I can tell this is a horror game. You're just fucking with me.
Well, yeah, Dan doesn't trust anything Aaron does after Doki Doki, so.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
But I got vibes of that just because the game is very surreal.
Yeah, it is surreal, but again, I think it's like intentionally surreal.
So I guess like the best way to describe this game is it's like you're inside like a virtual game essentially, and it's like it's an RPG technically.
It's definitely trying to be something unique.
It's got an interesting idea.
Yeah. So, according to Wikipedia, the game set in 2004. How futuristic! Players assume the role of PIC, Project for Intertemporal Communication. Operative number 5, tasked with shutting down the operating system Perfect 1, which trapped all of humanity into the garden core of the perfect virtual reality network. And yes, the gameplay, it's like a first-person shooter, but it tries to have some RPG elements in there. So when I saw that, that's what interested me in wanting to play it, because I had seen some footage of it, and I'm like, ooh, like a first-person shooter with like, some light RPG elements in this era. I'm like, that sounds interesting to me, but I don't know if it really sticks that landing.
So when you first entered the world, did you die in like 3 seconds like I did?
No. But the further I played it, I feel like the more confused I got. Like I don't think I learned more about the game playing it. I feel like I learned less.
I figured out the game loop to a degree.
Okay, please enlighten me.
So the game, as an RPG, it is very strange. You have essentially up at the top of the screen, you have the DOA, which is your 3 stats. You have the D is defense, the A is agility.
Okay. O is what, offense?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay. I couldn't figure out, like, I knew A was like agility. I had no idea what D and O meant. So I was like, oh, that's your life. And then that's like, your firepower, basically.
Yeah. And you start off very low. And basically, like, if you're not careful, you'll get killed really fast right away.
Yeah.
The way the loop works is you have to kill these random mooks running around to build up your XP. The thing is, though, to raise your XP, you need to find the one safe zone in the entire map, which is the D-Oasis, which is literally D-O-A-sis.
Yeah, I get it.
And when you go there, it's like literally like the best way to describe it is like in RuneScape speak, where there's the wilderness area where you can player kill. And then when you're outside of the wilderness, you can't anymore. It is like the one safe space where like you can't get attacked. And you go there and it raises up your stats back to full and you're protected. And then once you're back to full, you can leave the D-Oasis and go back and continue to attack enemies to raise your stats and then rinse repeat. So basically you end up to level up effectively. You kind of just have to camp at the D-Oasis for long periods of time until you get your stats high enough so that you can then fight stronger enemies that you'll find throughout the map to then get your rank up. And your rank is like, the rank is kind of, they try to like tie it into the lore where it's like tied to the players in the game, because it's trying to imply that this is a game with a bunch of players, like an MMO.
Yeah, and it's like a leaderboard thing. Like your rank here, I get to rank there. Yeah.
Like the final boss of the game is rank 1. And you're supposed to get your rank high enough so you can eventually defeat him. You don't have to get to 2. Like, you can do it at like, I think I did it at like 120 or something. But the loop is essentially you do this, raise your rank by killing stronger enemies, and the more stronger enemies you kill, the stronger the ones spawn into the map. And what's cool is when you're in the D-Oasis, you can occasionally run into other players that you can interact with. You get like lore about the world, and then you can also sometimes run into like the bosses who are chilling in there too. And like the bosses in there are like these clearly guys in like Spirit of Halloween costumes.
Oh yeah, because when we mentioned the Power Ranger stuff, or when I mentioned the Power Ranger stuff, like the first thing you see when you turn the game on is like Rita Repulsa, basically.
Yeah, this
You
lady in a very cheap like Spirit of Halloween costume.
And it straight up looks like Rita Repulsa. And I did the whole thing to myself, so I didn't pay attention to what she said. And then it cuts to like this really bad set with all of these like single colored like doctors putting you under and checking on you and all this other shit. It's doing like the weird comic thing where like the live footage kind of fades into like a comic cartoon kind of look thing, which I'm like, that's kind of neat. Like there's definitely some ambition here, some ideas, but and the acting is as cheesy as ever, which I love. That's never a bad thing for me. But yeah, like I get into the game and I'm just roaming around, killing things, learning what certain things do, but like as I was playing, I just never really got a good feel for anything at all. Like I just kind of wandered around. Occasionally my level would go up, but I was like, I don't know what's causing it to go up and what isn't. Like I would find other weapons because you can do that and then assign them to both, because both of your fists, they normally just shoot lasers, but you can set them to other weapons you find throughout the game and all that, which is neat. But I don't know. I just never got into a good rhythm with this one.
No, it's a very like, the biggest problem with this game is like it has a very interesting concept and it's honestly compelling in a lot of ways. The problem is though, once you figure out the loop, it's so repetitive. Like it becomes like, and the thing is too, like the map is, for 3DO standards, the map is huge. Like it's a very big game map.
It's an absolutely massive world, and there's like no map system at all, so you can't really keep track of where you are. And like that's the thing, I would get to certain points and I would like and then it would cut to a cutscene where it's like, oh, they got out or whatever, but then they just throw me back in. And then sometimes I would just die and then they would just throw me back in anyways with a different cutscene. Like it felt like you weren't getting a lot of punishment for dying in any sense either, but like the progression, like it could have just been a more standard progression kind of a system where it's like you just kill enemies and you have a little XP bar and then it's like you level up, that kind of a thing.
I know if like one of your stats gets lowered, you do actually get an actual game over and like you die basically.
Yeah, I saw that a couple times because just somebody was shooting me from behind and I couldn't tell.
Yeah, it's the problem is too, like the map is huge and you want to explore it, but like the most effective way to play the game is just to camp around the freaking safe zone. So you don't really ever go anywhere.
Exactly.
I will say one of the funniest things in this game is that the penultimate boss literally takes place in an EA Sports arena.
That's awesome. That's like fucking awesome.
Straight up lifted from Madden. I was like, okay.
So it's like the first boss in or that boss in like Duke Nukem, like 3D or even in Forever, where you fight the giant monster on the football field.
Yeah, but this one's funny because the EA Sports logo is all over the walls, and I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, okay,
sure, why not?
It's funny when it happens, and you just kind of go like, huh, that was a choice.
Yeah, yeah. I feel like this game is a casualty in that weird period between Doom and Quake. Like there were so many shooters in between those, and they really didn't know how to evolve the genre. So they were just trying all different kinds of things to see what would work and what wouldn't work. And like an issue I have with this game is I do not like how it controls. Like,
no, it's very jank.
It's incredibly jank. Like you don't have direct control over your character like a Doom or a Duke Nukem or whatever. You just like kind of move forward, and then you like it's almost like you're controlling a vehicle where it's like you push forward and you just start sliding forward like you're in a car, and then you can kind of drift and strafe a little bit, but it's like, but I'm a human, I'm not a car, like Quarantine had better controls than this.
Yeah.
So
hell, PO'd kind of did too.
Yeah.
About it.
Yeah, well, PO is the definitive edition of PO that you can get now, I think, gets that game up to where it needed to be.
Yeah. It's one of those games that I feel like if it had more time to be fully like cooked, like it might actually be better. Yeah. Apparently the Japanese version plays a bit smoother from what I read.
That doesn't surprise me.
And it has a much better dub because like the dub in the US version is so Well, the US voicing is so cheesy, and it sounds like they're half-ass and everything because they probably
Oh
just
yeah,
did nothing.
but
In
I
the
love that shit. You know, I'm
the
a sucker for
Japanese
that
version,
stuff.
they like put effort into it. They have like reverb on everything, and everyone sounds kind of cool. I was like, what? I'm like, why did they like go hard? In our version, they just were reading off a script.
Because Japan, they'll put more effort into these things sometimes, man.
Yeah, it's just like funny to me.
Yeah.
Um,
So, and there are like first person RPGs that I think do a better job of this idea than this one does. So,
yeah, it's weird that we've played now. This is the second first person RPG we've played on the 3DO. Now that I think about it.
yeah. What was the first one?
Seal of the Pharaoh, but that was a very different style of first person.
Yeah. Yeah. That was different. It was better than this, though.
Yeah, I mean they're both repetitive as shit, but this one is literally you get thrown into LSD Dream Emulator, and they basically just like have fun, and I'm just like, all right,
Yeah, basically.
like there's the concept is cool, they just don't do enough with it to justify the how repetitive it is.
Yeah. Yeah. It's something we're consistently running into with the games in this library, which is these people who have really neat ideas and are trying to like experiment and expand what video gaming can be in this very formulative time in the 90s. But a lot of these people just did not have the technical ability, like the programming skill or whatever, to really make functioning fun video games. You know, like
Yeah.
they were able to come up with these really neat and unique ideas, which is awesome. But you then play the game and just go, well, this isn't very good. And by that, it just kind of kills the idea.
Like this game reminds me a lot of like this game's better than it, but I did get a reminder of like Petanque, where I was kind of like, oh, that's a cool idea. And then I'm like, oh,
Yeah.
this is all you're doing with it, I see.
Yeah, yeah. Like Immercenary is not a game that like, unlike say Petanque, where I'm like, Petanque would be a really neat modern game. Like this, not really. Like there's been so many like futuristic first person shooters that have like RPG elements that have been released these days that are so much better. Like you don't really need to bother with this guy. But you know, it is a shame because I was hoping it would be somewhat of an interesting gem from the era, and it had like the EA attached to it. And I'm like, you know, EA make, or you know, you have a good track record on 3DO, better than most.
I mean, they did make arguably the best FPS on the system with Escape from Monster Manor. So
yeah. So while this game isn't like terrible, I wouldn't say that. It just didn't. It's just playing it, going like, man, this is just not really it. You know, like it's bad when your game reminds me of Lawnmower Man. You know, that's not a good comparison to have. The movie or the game.
I appreciate what it tried. It doesn't do enough for me to truly think this is a game that everyone should play by any means.
I agree.
Which is interesting because review-wise, it actually got surprisingly decent reviews. For the people that
I imagine for 95, it was probably better.
Well, I mean, for 95 on the 3DO, it is a very expansive and unique experience. Like it's definitely a 3DO experience. Did that? Yes.
Ew.
It's interestingly like looking at the reviews. So like Game Rankings, it has an 80%. Game Informer gave it an 8.0. Surprising from them.
Yeah, it got a lot of really good reviews, which is part of why I picked it.
A publication called Freak gave it a 90 out of 100.
Freaks, man. Apparently it's a Thai magazine. It's probably a Thai gaming magazine.
Like the lowest rating I see here is Maniac gave it a 34%.
But the Maniacs with an exclamation point.
That makes it sound cool.
Yeah, they are, I believe they are German. Yeah, Deutschland.
Other than that, like the other lower ones are Player One gave it a 65, and then Games World gave it a 53 out of 100. But other than that, it's got mostly like 90s, 80s, a couple 70s.
This is a game that if I had a 3DO in '95, it probably would have been one of the games I would have like hung on to be like, yeah, let's have this guy. And when I played it, I was like, I'm sure if I put like 6-8 hours into this thing, I probably would have figured it out and seen just about everything. But in my like 2-3 hours playing it, I was like, I feel like that's enough. I got other things to do here, you know.
I got far enough to get to the final boss, and then I got killed by it, and I was like, I don't want to do that again. So I stopped after that.
Fair enough.
I saw the EA Sports football field. That was enough for me.
Yeah, and the game just didn't leave a real solid impression on me for me to keep trying to pluck away at it, you know.
It's interesting. Like, it is a valiant effort of a game. It just, unfortunately, it is a game that 95, I'm sure, was cool, but nowadays it's just, this is, so many other studios have done better jobs with this concept.
Yeah. Like, it's just a game that didn't age super well, which I hate to see, or I hate to say it about like games from this era, because so many of them haven't. But also, we've played a lot of them that have. You know, games that's like, this still works.
Like, to me, like, it's still crazy, like, when you think, like, Icebreaker, like, the simplest thing ever, but that's a game that's held up incredibly well.
Simple ideas tend to work better.
Yeah, it's a shame, but it's also honestly expected with this system. Like, the fact that there are this many games for it, and we've actually discovered more gems than I thought we would, honestly says a lot about the system more than anything.
Like, we haven't run into that many terrible games.
Yeah, and most of the ones that we have run into that have been bad, they're either funny bad, or they're just kind of like, they're bad in the sense that it's just like, this just didn't work.
Yeah. They can't all be the adult games.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
But yeah, it is what it is. And this just, I feel like when we do our like ranking of everything again, this will probably just be right in the middle of the pack.
It is a very middle of the road kind of game. Like, I guess, like, apparently it was also developed under the name Perfect, which
it is not.
No,
that just makes me want to play Perfect Dark.
Apparently, the narrative is also based off of the science fiction novel Snow Crash.
You might be better off just reading that.
Yeah, honestly. The 2004 time is funny too, because like, that's far into the future, and it's like,
it's an issue that a lot of old media has when they're looking at like dystopian futures or whatever, and they put a specific number on it that's like really close, and it's like, guys, come on. Like, if you did like, the year 3402, like, no one's gonna care. Right? Like, we'll all be dead by then, so what does it matter? Right? Like you can get away with it. Like, Star Trek were smart because TOS takes place in the, I believe, the 23rd century. Well, so like a good 2000 or 200 years after we're all dead. So it's like, who cares?
It's actually really funny. You brought up Power Rangers at the start of this. One of the Power Rangers seasons, SPD, actually took place in the year 2025. Which is really funny in hindsight.
Well, I guess we got to watch it now. No, please don't make me.
It's actually one of the better later seasons, but
I'm sure
that's besides the point.
All right, looking it up, to be specific, Star Trek TOS, it's set between the years 2266 and 2269. So, that's far enough in the future where we're all going to be dead, so who cares?
Should just be like Mega Man. It's 20XX.
There you go.
Don't think about it too hard.
Yeah. 26-7. Is that the first time I said this on the show? Probably not. Probably not.
I think Matt's the only one who hasn't dropped one on me yet.
This Alex drops it all the time, doesn't she?
No, she's done it. She did it once really good, and I was just like, I was like, all right.
How dare she? Anyways.
But must play okay, stay away. I'm gonna say this one's a solid okay.
Okay is where it belongs.
Give it a shot. You might like it.
It is okay, dog.
Like it functions.
Yeah,
It's
you
kind
might.
of
Yeah, you
fun.
might get more out of it than we do, and if so, God bless you.
It's compelling. If you like games that are repetitive and just kind of kill time, it's a game for you.
Isn't that what we're all trying to do? Waste time.
I mean, sometimes.
Yeah, we're just doing shit until we eventually die. You know,
Yep.
that's all really we're doing.
Well, that's still yes.
Anyway,
but next week we're going to be playing another 3DO only experience with
maybe this one will be better. Who knows?
It'll be great for what it is, but I'm not expecting a good game. We're playing Phoenix 3.
Never heard of it. In fact, I didn't hear about it until he brought it up to me not that long ago.
Yeah,
I'm looking at screenshots, and I'm like, I may love this game, but also I may just end up hating it. We'll see.
The only reason I want to play this game, well, A, because we have to for the show, but also like the reason why I want to do it now is because I literally typed in 3DO platformers because I'm like, there has to be more than the 3-4 kind of, if you count out of this.
So
world.
is this the last one?
The last technical one. There might be some like stretches if I look deeper.
Maybe some Japanese only ones we're not aware of.
Maybe, or if you count like a first person shooter that platforms like
I don't count that. I don't count that. That's not the same thing.
But apparently this is like the last like original one for the system. And it looks very of its time.
It looks like a game. I'll say that much.
I'm very intrigued by it. That's the best way I'll put it. But yeah, we're gonna be playing that next week.
Yep. Because eventually we'll just play every fucking 3DO game.
Why not? We're gonna get there. We'll play every 3DO game. Like Aaron and Dre are gonna play every Neo Geo game. There's your plug, Aaron.
That's not gonna happen.
Oh man,
that's not gonna happen.
But yeah. Anyways, guys, I hope Aaron enjoys his plug. He'll probably won't listen to this, but
he might.
Maybe. Oh, Dre listens, so maybe Dre will hear that.
Does Dre listen? Dre, if you're listening, let me know.
I think he said a while back that he did, but I know Steve does, so Steve will hear it.
Oh, that's why you said that's why they followed me.
Yes, yep, that's
okay.
That's them.
Well, guys, if you're listening, please have me on for you already know the game. For some reason, the name is eluding me. Neo Turf Masters. You better have me on for the Neo Turf Masters video episode, or else I will be pissed, like actually mad.
Nice.
And in fact, I'm actually going to DM that to him right now.
But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us on the 3DO Experience. So you can find the 3DO Experience on all the major podcasting platforms. And be sure to check us out over on the Superpod Network. That is superpodnetwork.com. Awesome site where you can find all sorts of different podcasts, videos, blogs. Yeah, and we're wrapping up 2025 quick.
Indeed, we are.
I'm not ready for the year to end, but it's coming.
I am. If it means next year will be better, I'm ready.
I mean, I'm ready for it to end, but I'm also not ready for it to end, if that makes sense.
Fair enough. And Thrak Ops will be out the 15th of December.
Nice.
So Modern Warfare 2. Yep, it's coming. And I am working on the next one for Black Ops. And if everything goes according to plan, that one will be out the 29th. Yep. So we'll get 2 more to cap off the year.
And we may or may not, depending on how my scheduling goes, we may or may not have a 3D out before the end of the year.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You need to wrap that one up.
These last couple of weeks have been rough. I'm not gonna lie, but this weekend's looking good.
And our 3D topic isn't making your life any better.
Admittedly, I've been getting a laugh from it. I'm not gonna spoil it, but
we're not gonna say, but it is. Yeah, we're gonna hopefully get a 3D out before the end of the year, and oh boy, it's a doozy. But
it is one of the most infamous games ever, and that's all I will say.
Yeah, can't believe I actually beat the damn thing.
Yeah. But anyways, guys, once again, thank you for joining us. We will see you all later.
Bye-bye.
If you're not playing on a 3DO system, what are you playing with?